Hi, I'm Siddhartha of 12DP, and my prompt is, what is the relationship between personal experience and knowledge? So these are my three objects which I shall be focusing on and tying in with the prompt. The first object, if you can see, it's a little brooch from the Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. I had done a mountaineering course there in June, and I think that I can tie this prompt in with the discipline of mountaineering. So, as I was thinking about this, I thought that knowledge is not a monolith. It's very vast and it's very diverse. And you can't reach a general conclusion about its relationship with personal experience. But if there are disciplines such as mountaineering that are theoretical, that are less theoretical in nature and more hands-on, more practical, personal experience plays a greater role in producing that knowledge, in teaching that knowledge, and in consolidating that knowledge. So, as any juvenile mountaineer, we do have some level of teaching in a practical context, where they teach us about the use of some equipment in a classroom sort of setting before they let us use them ourselves. But when they let us use them ourselves, that occupies the bulk of our learning. So that's why personal experience plays a greater role in practical areas of knowledge. And my second object here, it's the Arthashastra. It's a treatise on economics and statecraft by the scholar Chanakya. So I'll give you some historical context on this. Basically, Chanakya, he was instrumental in forming one of the greatest empires in the history of India, the Mauryan Empire. And he's regarded as one of the earliest teachers of economics, statecraft, and foreign policy. And so basically, since this is what the book deals with, his experience as a teacher, as a strategist, has played a great role in producing the knowledge he puts across in this book. And without that personal experience, there wouldn't be that knowledge he conveys. That's how his personal experience plays into the knowledge of his work, where he puts across knowledge. And the last object which I have is an article produced by the BBC here. It reports the formation of the new state of Telangana in southern India. So just for some context, this region split from the erstwhile state of Andhra Pradesh because of political, economic and social tensions between the residents of that region. And I think this object is very relevant to my prompt because I have parents from both these regions. So firstly, it relates to my own personal experience because when I was growing up, I was very aware about the cultural differences between my parents. And when I was speaking to my mom's side of the family, I had to speak in their dialect of Telugu, which is the language spoken there. And I was speaking in my dad's side, I had to speak in his dialect. And I was very aware about the ethno-linguistic distinctions and divergences in their cultures. And this personal experience, it was quite impactful because it led me to inquire certain areas of knowledge. Because now I'm very interested in linguistics, in anthropology, in philology, because of this practice of learning. And in a second way, I think this relates well with this prompt, is because it's representative of a larger social phenomenon that impacts the way in which people's reception to knowledge. So this one time, my father and my grandmother were having an argument. And my father was basically saying that the partition of the state was good, but my grandmother was saying that it was not good. So in order to put across how it was good, in order to cite evidence for his claim, he started talking about how the water supply in the new state is much better than it was under the older government. But my grandmother was quite dismissive of this, which I found quite interesting because she does not generally react with skepticism in normal discussions with my father. In fact, she almost always defers to his points and agrees with his points. But since this personal experience of hers where she affiliates herself with this identity, where she grew up as a person from Andhra Pradesh, this led her to react to such a knowledge with a level of skepticism that's uncharacteristic of her. And I think this is how personal experience can not make us approach knowledge or accept knowledge, but also it can, it can make us even reject knowledge. So I think that concludes my exhibit. I hope that you found it interesting and I had a good time explaining it. Thank you.